I think it is most definitely absolutely possible to quit your job using just Facebook Marketplace. Why, you might ask? Because I have already done it. In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how I made $1,500 my first month working alone using Facebook Marketplace. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Furniture Flipping Entrepreneur. My name is Logan, and today I want to talk about whether or not it's still possible to quit your day job using just Facebook Marketplace right now in the year 2022. Last year, I was working in landscape construction. There were a lot of hours, so I was getting paid pretty well, but it was a ton of work and I didn't have time for anything else. I went on a week-long Christmas break. I went back home, saw my family in Virginia. It was an amazing trip. Got back here to Austin, Texas, and I didn't really want to go back to work. I've been wanting for a long time to go out on my own and try to make money for myself, and I went with my gut reaction and I quit my job. The only problem is I did not have a plan to start making money. I had about a month's worth of money saved up, which isn't a whole lot in the grand scheme of things, so I know I had to start making money immediately. I could sell the three things of value I have in my apartment. I could sell my camera, I could sell my laptop, and maybe a couple of pieces of furniture, and then I wouldn't have anything else to sell. So my business is over. I made some money, but what about the next month? What about the month after that? Those are just quick ways to make a little bit of cash. I was looking for a way to create a business that could run sustainably for months and years into the future. But before I tell you how I made $1,500 my first month using Facebook Marketplace, I want to give you a quick update on a video I posted 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I showed you exactly how I refurbished a $60 piece of furniture, and I was trying to sell it on Facebook Marketplace for $650. At the time of that video, the item had not sold, but within 2 days of that video, I sold the piece of furniture for full price. That means I turned $60 into $650 using this exact model that I'm about to share with you. You can see that whole video in the link right up above. Okay, so if you want to make money on Facebook Marketplace and quit your day job like I did, first you're going to have to figure out a couple of things. For starters, how much money do you need per month to actually survive? What are your expenses? I knew I needed at least $1,500 to pay all of my bills. Next, I needed to zero in on what exactly I was going to be selling on Facebook Marketplace. I wanted to figure out what is my niche. From what I've seen and experienced, there are really only two ways to figure out what you're going to sell on Facebook Marketplace. The first method is the yard sale model, and that's pretty much looking around your apartment, going to yard sales, thrift shops, finding anything that could generally be resold online. One time I even spent $1,000 by buying an entire yard sale. They had a ton of Disney merch and things that I thought I'd be able to sell relatively quickly on Facebook Marketplace and eBay. So I learned this approach can work, but it's a ton of work. It's a ton of work. I spend so much time taking pictures, staging all the products, making the listings, meeting with people selling $10, $15 items. It was a huge amount of work, and I knew there had to be a better way. Which brings me to method number 2, which is the method I decided I'm gonna do at the beginning of this year, which is becoming an expert in a niche. So by selling things on Facebook Marketplace in this way, you're not just generally selling anything you can find that you think will resell. Instead, you're becoming knowledgeable within one niche of things that can be sold on Facebook Marketplace. By becoming expert in one niche, you will develop the network and the skills necessary to sell those types of items. If you know what to look for and you know what's selling on Facebook Marketplace, it gives you a huge advantage. When deciding your niche, you want to make sure you leverage something that you're kind of already good at or you have a little bit of knowledge about, or something that you just are interested in learning about. So I knew I had a truck. I spent last year working in some basic construction, so I was relatively comfortable using my hands, and I have a general interest in design. So those three things combined, I decided to go with furniture flipping. But there are 1,000 niches you can choose. based on your budget and what you have a proclivity towards. Just naming a few popular niches, you could go with camera gear, you could go with Disney merchandise, you could go with baseball cards, you could go with grills, cars, kitchen appliances. The amount of available niches are endless. Okay, so you have your niche. How are you gonna sell on Facebook Marketplace? First off, guys, you have to take amazing pictures. Take the best pictures you can of anything you're trying to sell. You want really nice pictures. A big hack to accomplish this is building a staging wall. Whether you're selling something really small or selling something really large, you want that picture to be beautiful. You want to stage it in an area or an environment that you know will make that item really attractive to the buyer. When I was selling that giant yard sales worth of stuff, the majority of the items were pretty tiny. So all I needed for a staging wall was I got 2 poster boards. They were both white. It allowed me to take high quality pictures where you could focus on just that item for sale. Nowadays I'm selling furniture, so my staging wall has to be a lot bigger. Now making the staging wall wasn't the easiest thing, but it was so worth it. My sales are doing so well, and I think the staging wall is a very large part to play in that. I went to Home Depot. I bought 4 8-foot 2x4s and 2 white pine wall panels. I loaded these things up in my truck. I took them back to my storage unit and I started putting them together. Now putting them together was pretty simple. All I did was space the 8-foot 2x4s accordingly to fit the wall panels. Then I put the wall panels in place, screwed them in, pulled it up, put it against the wall, and I was good to go. I had a beautiful white pine backdrop for all of my furniture. Now all I needed was a rug, which I sourced off Facebook Marketplace, and there you have it. I turned my storage unit into a beautiful area to stage all of my furniture. So when I got started making my Facebook Marketplace business, I had to start making money right away. I couldn't wait for things to be shipped to me, and I had to make sure the quality was really high. Otherwise, I'd be wasting my money or time sourcing the products I need to resell. So where I decided to source all of my products at, furniture being my niche of choice, I looked at thrift shops in my area and sourced things from Facebook Marketplace. Now, once I source a piece of furniture, I typically fix it up, I inject some more value into the piece of furniture, and then flip it on Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes all I need to do is just find an item that is underpriced or not staged correctly, and then I can simply stage it appropriately and flip the exact same item for a higher price. Now, if you're interested in diving deeper into the exact process for how I flip my furniture and list it on Facebook Marketplace, check out this video above. Now, when pricing your products on Facebook Marketplace, be sure to price the items a little higher than what you think the customer will pay for. You can always go down in price, but it's really hard to go up in price after you post something. I've made this mistake a couple of times where I post something that I think is around a normal price point, and then it gets a huge amount of traction and tons of traffic coming through that listing, and it sells immediately. That tells me I should have listed the item higher. Also, as ironic as it is, you typically deal with easier customers the higher your things are priced. Now, another really important thing to take into account when creating a business on Facebook Marketplace, if your items are larger and bulkier, like the niche I decided to go with, furniture, you're gonna wanna make sure that you offer free delivery. You wanna make it as convenient as possible for the buyer, which is another reason why I like high-end items on Facebook Marketplace, because that requires me to drive my truck, which costs a lot in gas right now, less often, and it saves me money and time. I would rather sell one piece of furniture at $650 than 4 pieces of furniture in totally different parts of Austin that are priced around $200 a piece. Okay guys, I hope this video has made it much easier to understand how you can create a business on Facebook Marketplace in the year 2022. It's definitely still possible. I hope my case study shows you that it's possible. If there's anything I wasn't clear about or you have questions about, be sure to ask me down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer your questions or put it in a future video. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll never miss future videos about how to flip furniture and utilize Facebook Marketplace in the most powerful, effective way. As for the future of my furniture flipping business and my videos on YouTube, I want to experiment with selling higher and higher ticket price items. I want to figure out how to get the most amount of money for my time, effort, and skill level. And I'll be sharing all of that with you guys in future videos.